Do you even sync it to the clap, or is the clap just for us?
I see it, and then whatever happens, happens. But last time Ben clapped, and then I cut about 4 minutes out. Not because he did anything wrong, just because he's being a bell end.
Yeah.
And I needed to establish dominance over him in the editing room.
Wait, so this is we can start the podcast properly. So this is episode 23 of the Slurpee podcast. Eh? So you're being the Ben this week. You just interrupted the important part of it, Bodwench.
If it's not Ben, it's me, and if it's not me, it's Podwen.
I can never get it out.
Do you want to start again?
Yeah, I'll start again. This is episode 23 of the Slurpee podcast. Thank you very much for listening. You can catch us on social media platforms like Instagram and all of that business at Slurpee Podcast. How you been this week, Paul?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
No?
How you been?
I've been alright.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate on why you haven't been good this week? Have you maybe had a private something going on?
I've got a little guest. I've got a little guy.
Yeah.
I think I'm becoming a dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a huge pile. I think it's a pile.
Right.
Private pile. Yeah.
Sad, man.
Yeah. It's very uncomfortable.
Mm. It's a man tail.
Yeah. It's man clit. It's a man clit. Could be a tail. Could be small human.
Mm.
It's currently a grape. You know, like when people are pregnant and they're like, how big's the baby? And they're like, oh, it's a grape.
Yeah, it's a grape right now.
And right now it's grape, which if you're pregnant, tiny. If it's on your hole,
yeah,
very big.
It's actually at the stage that you could have bought it if you want to.
I've been trying to abort it over the course of a week. I've been trying to, but it's growing on me.
Yeah. That's cute.
Something really funny did happen. I can't believe I didn't tell you though. This is true. This isn't for comedic purposes. This is God's honest truth. So the day it was proper Larry, I had some time to kill, so I thought I'll nip to the chemist, get some suppositories. You know, because I thought it was a pile. And I go to the chemist. I've had a really bad day. As I go in, there's a little old lady. I open the door. She's got a Zimmer frame fucking in the way. I'm thinking, love, I need my bum medicine. Get out. I was like, oh, there you go. I held the door open.
The funny thing is she's probably going in for the same thing.
Yeah,
so
I did think that. I thought that bitch is going to steal all the goods. But I let her in. As I let her in, she went, oh, go on, you go first. You did a nice deed. And I looked and I saw a big fat old lady serving on the till. I thought, nice. Yeah. You know, that she ain't going to care. I've got a bum growth. And I went, no, go on. I've got all the time in the world, love. Off you go. And then she got her prescription or whatever it was. Ketamine, I don't know. And then as the lady's gone to me, oh, can I help you? This big old bruiser. And I said, oh, let me just let this old dear out. I'll let you in, let you out. Oh, thank you. Good time and all that shit. As I've turned around, the lady who was serving has gone, oh, my colleague will take care of you. I'm just going for lunch. And it was... I'm a taken man, Liam, but it was a pretty young lady.
Right.
And she said, oh, how can I help? And I went, do you have any hemorrhoid suppositories? And she said, yeah, we got these ones. Have you used them before? I was like, hold on, they're not for me.
See, she handled that as a professional. Mm-hmm. She could have looked at you, judged you, gone like...
This is a gay man.
This is a guy that's been...
railed.
But no. She was like, no, I'm a professional. I know exactly what to give this man.
Yeah, she did. She looked after me and I said, no, they're not for me. And she went, oh. I said, no, they are for me and I have used them before. And I'm left in shame.
Yeah, you don't need to give me the tutorial. I know.
Oh, no, it's fine. Unless you want to do it. You want to do it? You got a tongue. That's how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how I've done it before. So that was fun. I'm in pain. Could die. I don't know. I'll upload the pod before I die, though.
Oh, thanks, mate.
I will.
Thank you. If you mind doing an edit as well, that'd be really good.
Yeah, I'll do a few edits. Our shorts are taking off, buddy. If you're wondering why we haven't put many out, it's because 1, we run out, and 2, I've had a growth on me.
Yeah, no, we're possibly going to take ourselves into another project. We might have someone that might help us out as well with some YouTube bits and stuff like that as well.
A real titan of industry.
Real titan of industry that can sort of really help us out.
That was funny. I don't want to interrupt your flow, but it was funny when he said, I showed him, I said, look, we're getting views. And he was like, oh, I can do this, that and the other. And I went, I feel like you want money. We don't have money. And he went, oh, I'll try something out. I said, don't try your devil scheme with me. We are in the red.
It's the thing. I feel like it was actually like someone, like a businessman, coming to us, and it was like, yeah, these guys are getting a whole 10 views. we can really get something from them.
I think he saw the thousands and thought, hang on a minute, I might invest a bit of time into it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's actually kicking off. The shorts are doing well. Paul's trying out something with the shorts, and
they're gonna get
trying
better.
to do that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's just trying to play the game and see how we can sort of push the podcast out, really. You know, we do all the kind of things. We've got a disclaimer that apparently we don't do.
We've had a lot of positive and negative feedback in the last 2 weeks.
I mean, we're just me, you and Ben, just a bunch of pussies.
Yeah,
that's what we are. We hide behind this disclaimer, and we're sorry for that. So.
Because apparently...
Seek harm, motherfucker.
Apparently we should mean everything.
Yeah.
We should... all the racist, homophobic, misogynist stuff we've said, we should have meant it.
Yeah.
According to one displeasured fan.
But... thank you for listening to the Slopey podcast. You can catch us on social media platforms.
He gave us a view. Slopey Pod, very good. He gave us a view. It was on. This guy, this absolute hooligan. I got a taste of my own medicine. This guy was obviously had a drink, seen our short, scrolled through all of our podcasts, picked one. He picked Moustache, by the way, episode 3. Fantastic episode. One of our early greats. Some of the greats. And he said, along the lines of, you're hiding behind a disclaimer. You are cowards. And I just commented, Google comedy in quotations. I was like, what do you want? Do you want us to come on here and be like, yeah, death to all Jays, Muslims?
Yeah, so it was that you're the racist because you're saying that we're not being racist enough.
Yeah. Or we should just take the disclaimer down and make everything we said illegal. Because we don't mean it. If you're listening, I winked.
Talking about racism, as you can see, Ben's not with us this week. I'm getting good at this. I'm getting good at this.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. When you're allowed to speak, you're pretty good.
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, so Ben's not here this week because he has family issues.
He's taking his daughter Paramore out to the park. By the park, I mean his dirty bed. He's actually gone out canvassing for the Greens. Because of the disclaimer, that guy got us. Ben's actually a massive lib.
Yeah.
No. He's trans. He saw that guy dancing on the stage with Zach Polanski and all the levers. And he was like, I'm going to go canvass.
He's like, that's me.
That's me.
That's a bit of me. So, yeah, Ben's not with us this week, but he'll be back with us next week, causing havoc and interrupting everything that I try to do and Paul tries to do to keep the show afloat. But thank you very much, Ben. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we saved our most racist topics.
Yep.
Yeah, we scribbled one out. I'll show you. Look, we scribbled it out and everything. Scribbled it out. Said, no, Ben needs to be involved with that.
Yeah. But yeah, so apart from the piles, it's been a bit of an interesting week. 2 weeks. I've recently been tattooed.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm getting stuff on my sleeve done and stuff like that.
Got a hinge.
Got a hinge, mate, so I can go like that. Yeah. I'll get a WD-40 here, so it's always lubed. Ready for refreshing.
It looks itchy.
If Ashley, I think I'm next to this joke from Ben. But if Ashley ever comes downstairs and she can hear, she knows that the hinge is in action.
That's a good old masturbation joke for you right there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you missed the comedic genius of a masturbation joke, I'm here to tell you that was comedic.
So I did
gold.
the right thing as well. I think that's a Ben joke as well. I think you've done that, so they can have that. So.
It's here in spirit.
Yeah.
Benjamin
Yen Holland.
Yeah, more like Benjamin Netanyahu, because he sucks. Racist pig. Liberal racist.
So how do you want to start this today? What do you want to talk about? So what could we go into?
Well, we got some good ones. So we got rid of the disclaimer guy. You fucking bitch.
You fucking loser.
Send us your channel. There was no videos on there. I looked you up. You suck. Little Russian bot. You suck ass.
Okay.
Well, another revelation. If you want to carry on down the revelation road, you open
in front of a camera.
Oh, don't make me do it. You'll look a fool.
You need a towel or something.
Yeah, I've got sweaty hands. Do you want to let me give it a go?
I've got real sweaty hands.
With a white t-shirt as well.
No,
Hold
that would
tight.
have gone everywhere. If you can do that.
Yeah. I'm the big dog. Big dog in the house. Ashley, stay away. That is a clip. There's your clip. I got that muscle.
How dare you open your sauce in my fucking house?
I'm going to open my stance a bit wider now.
Yeah, I'm going to let that polyp seep out.
I'm going to give him some air. There, get the polyp, get some sea air, baby. Yeah, real man. Fuck you, Ben.
So,
we could go slide nicely into that's a bit relevant too, because also, by the way, shout out to those two guys commenting that seemed positive, unless they were taking the piss out of us. Thank you to you two, commenting, liking, watching.
Yeah, so you as we say every episode, if you didn't mind giving us a comment and even a like,
negative ones,
whatever, really, just so we know that there's some people out there listening to whatever the fuck we are doing here.
Well, funny you say that. I've been listening to a load of other podcasts.
Yeah, you said you've sort of branched out from our usual. Our usual
favourites.
Yeah, favourites.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I listened to some really popular ones, but look, bear in mind, after the last episode, Goy Slurp, I went home and I said to Beth, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. Like, it's just not clicking. And I was fuming. I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Next day, I listened to it. I was like, that's our best fucking episode ever. It fucking ruled. Why am I getting so squeaky? But honestly, I listened to it, and I don't know if you listened to it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, listen to it.
It was a great episode. And I keep doing that. But now I've listened to other ones. I've gone, oh, we actually don't suck. We're actually not doing too bad. Because these other ones, they're quite big podcasts as well.
I think there's a thing like with podcasting, like that. Obviously, it's a new popular hobby. Sorry, I think there's a lot of people that try to do it and try to do some things. Like I met someone over the weekend that he was a drama student.
Was he black?
No, he actually wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Ruled that one out.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Sorry, carry on.
So you can listen to it.
Okay.
So yeah, he was a drama student, and he was talking about he used to do a podcast through COVID and stuff like that, and it was to do with like the industry and stuff like that. And I was listening to her, and I was thinking, well, I said to him, well, that's kind of like, it's very subjective. If you're into podcasts and stuff like that, then you if you're into drama and stuff like that.
It was about drama.
Yeah,
fucking gay.
But it was if you're into.
Did he have piles?
I didn't have time to check. So if you're into them sort of things and like certain things, that people make podcasts about things that they're massively interested in. He said the question put to me was like, so what's your podcast about? And I was like, it's just three guys, the big guys. I was like, just doing guys stuff.
Yeah. But I suppose
I didn't know how to explain it. I was just like, well, it's a comedy podcast. We just have a laugh. It's just us pissing about, and we find things through the week, knowledge and stuff like that, what we want to bring to the table and chat about. That's it.
You funny you mention that, because it's like, what was this ever about? We started it as a comedy podcast, but every week we just get angry with Ben for being funny, And then we're like, but I think we finally cracked it. I think we have become a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
Like if we did a niche one, what would it be about? How many Star Wars
it's different.
podcasts
Like a comedy podcast would be like, so we're not stand-up comedians. So it's like, I mean, you personally, probably out of all of us, you could be a stand-up comedian.
Hell yeah. And I can open jars. If you were listening, I opened a jar earlier. That's what that was. I didn't pop the polyp.
It's not euphemism for the baby is
I cracked one off in this kitchen. No, we're not comedians.
No, we're not comedians, but
we're not funny.
So it's like, but to us, it's funny.
Yeah.
But that I think's the cool thing about it. Do you know what I mean? It's the same when I was doing music. Like like when you go to gigs and it'll be like, oh, I'm a thrash metal, or I'm a death metal band, and all of this bullshit. And it was like, you got sick of that. You're just like, you're just creating music. Like whatever makes you is your own thing. You take inspiration from all kinds of things. Like us, we'll take inspiration from all other podcasts, or we will take inspiration from things that make us laugh.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is cool about it. Do you know what I mean? That's explaining that to someone that's just been like, I did a podcast about drama.
Yeah,
it was a bit like
you need. I don't know. I feel like we tried to come in and just go, we sort of do some bits of what's relevant.
Yeah.
Some bits not relevant. Some bits we just we started off with just random questions, and I think we got bored of that. Like, what is your favourite car? And it was like, I like Hondas. You're Japanese. Funny.
Well done.
And it's like, it was boring. So now it's just like, well, hang on. What's silly about the world? And guess what? There's a lot of silly things in the world.
Yeah, a lot of silly things going on.
A lot of silly things. And so it's like the content never stops. We literally come here and I didn't even know what we was going to talk about. And then we go, oh shit, we got so much.
Yeah.
Because the world is a goofy place.
It is a goofy place.
And drama sucks ass.
Well, to be a drama student, but I think to be a drama student, you're a show-off piece of shit.
Wow, you just
really?
You're not even a smart nerd.
You're just an attention seeker.
Yeah.
I think anyone that's into that kind of thing that would just be like, look at me, I've done this, and I've made a film about this, and like a small film. It was indie, but I got so much interest in it. It just, so personally to me, makes me cringe. If we were even doing the podcast and we got to a point where someone was just like, we've done this and we had this person on our show, I'd be like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
You're being cringy as fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That cringe stops. It
is quite cringy.
Yeah, that cringe stops a lot of people from doing certain things.
Yeah, like this. Yeah. Everyone, even someone the other day said to us in our workplace, I didn't even tell you this. Some guy we know who's like, I was going to tell you, don't do it. And I was like, dude.
Don't do what?
Why not? This is the thing. Why not do it? We don't even care.
Well, they said don't do the podcast.
They were like, when we was in work and it was like hot shit that we were going to do a podcast for 5 minutes. He was like, I should tell them not to do it. And you weren't wrong because no one listens to it. But I'm glad we do it. And I think we're getting better and better.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Pardon me. It's a learning curve. I would actually like to sit and watch episode 1 again.
No.
I would actually, from start, and actually sit down and watch them, because I don't like. I think I remember when we first did it, when we set it up and we're like, okay, how do we do this? Just have a laugh of it. And I remember sitting there being like, okay, right, we're doing this now. This is a thing. Weird.
It's taken me 23 episodes to literally. This is probably the first time when we pressed record that I actually feel comfortable, and that's not because Ben's not here. Because I've learned how to deal with him.
Yeah.
Basically, like at the last episode, I was like, "Don't say Netanyahu," and then that's all he said. But that stopped him from saying other things because he's a goofball.
He does that.
His mind is
I'm not
party.
out because Ben, there is a camera here, and I will show you this. but Ben's got a habit of, if you tell him to do something, if you tell him not to do it, he will end up doing it.
Yeah.
So the new thing at the moment that fucking pisses me off, and we're driving in a car, I'm taking him home, and he's got post-it notes, and he's put the post-it notes all over the fucking car. And I'm like, Ben, don't put the post-it notes over the car, because it's dangerous. If the fucking wind blows, it's going to hit me in the fucking face and stuff like that. And he's just like, posting that like that, thinking it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and
he
it's
thinks
not.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm goating him into it because I'm making a reaction.
You're giving him what he wants.
So I should not give him a reaction and just be like, oh yeah, like it's like that kid with ADHD. You just got to be like, oh yeah, don't do that, but like, and just be like, oh yeah, he's just ignore him, and he'll stop doing it.
Yeah, like a child when they hit you. And
I've just diagnosed you, motherfucker.
He has everything, every acronym he's got it. I like to picture right now he's strung out, you know, and some sad Enya's playing, and he's just foaming at the mouth. But yeah, Ben sucks. We know that, but we know how to deal with his ass now.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
That
was why we started it. We've done an LP and we've rambled. I listened to one podcast in particular that everyone told us to listen to about one close by, a rival podcast.
Right.
God.
Who asked you to do? Who asked you to listen to?
Some people in work who know them. They've been on the podcast.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna name it because I don't think we've got enough fans for beef. But if those two guys that seem quite militant in the comments want us to do it, comment on this one and we'll start a beef with them because they suck arse.
So do they have many views?
They get. I listened to an episode, right? And it was 55 minutes. It was a bonus episode, apparently. Right. It was like, hey, yeah, wow, oh my God, welcome back to the... And every 5 minutes there was like a animated, like, oh, welcome back, you're listening to the... And it was like, my ears were fucking bleeding. I had 2 periods out my ear vaginas. And
but that's like a radio show.
It was like a radio show.
That's not a podcast.
It was so bad, and it was like, do you know what the kind of humour it was? Right. He was doing it with his wife or something, and he was like, she was like, oh, something just went down my throat, and he was like, oh, what went down your throat? And he's like, oh, really? You hack piece of shit. That's why we rule and should get more attention, is because you
down your throat. Like a dick.
Yeah. If he'd said that, I would have laughed, but he didn't.
So he wasn't insinuating?
He was insinuating, but just insinuating. It was just that cringe shit. And then they started the whole thing, and the dog was barking. Like, Linny's always fucking about round here. We don't pay him no mind. And they were like, oh, the dogs, isn't it funny that they're barking? It's like, you edit this. You've left this in on purpose. You're doing this for attention. And it was a dash hound, of course it was. Fuck you. You suck. You fucking suck. Tell us in the comments if you want us to start beef, and we'll name the podcast next week.
We will go to war.
And then you go in their comment section.
It's like...
take them out.
For no reason, we will go and we will we will bombard them full of bombs. For no reason at all.
All the bots I bought for our Instagram page, I will send them to them like the drones from Spider-Man. I will. We'll send them round. We'll treat them like Iran.
We'll treat them like they've got shit on us, and we don't want that to come out. Yeah. We're just gonna bomb the fuck out of them, until they give up and give us all their oil. I mean, viewers.
Get rid of their nuclear bomb. Yeah. No, but they did. I honestly have never heard... I was nearly crying by the end of it. I thought, poor Bev, I'm going to go home and just want to put my fist through something. It sucked so bad. Do you know what it was? It was just all the... And 60,000 people listened to that regularly.
60,000?
60,000. And that just shows you, you know, when you go out and go to anywhere and people are just horrible and
they've got something that we need to go to fucking war with.
We need to go to war.
We're going to go to war with these motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go, brothers.
We
Ben wanted a crusade. We got one. We got a common enemy.
I'd watch out, guys. The Slurpee army is coming your way to take everything that you've got.
Yeah, get your dry scones.
Because we hate your fucking ideologies and the way you live.
Your crushed velvet and your fucking cavapoos. You fucking... And your Peaky Blinders poster on the wall. You suck ass. Fucking get a life. Jesus Christ. Get a personality. Innuendos on a podcast.
Yeah.
What have we become? Fucking suck. Maybe we're too cool for views. Maybe people don't want to be based. They don't want to... They don't want to...
I imagine it's like thingy though. How many episodes are they in? Did you
I
see?
don't know. I scrolled off of it because I was embarrassed to have it on my phone.
So I wonder if it's a thing like that's the yeah. Bring
I
them
might
up.
not be able. Bring that shit up.
Bring that shit
Bring
up.
that shit up. I won't name them yet. Comments.
Yeah, until war.
Yeah, get commenting and let us know if you want us to name and shame these fucking.
Do they film it as well? The video.
I'm not sure. I didn't check. I can check through YouTube.
So
This is Bev's laptop. Watch for the pile. Oh, that's another thing. I was riffing with my mate on the phone just while I find this up. Have you seen the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire?
yeah.
We were saying that my pile talks to me like the Goblin talks to Norman Osborn. Strong enough to have it all. Yeah. Coward. Every time I reach for the suppositories, it's like, you coward.
Bed, because you're going to knock the camera,
You can't
buddy.
do this to me.
You're going to knock the camera, buddy. Sorry, it's my dog's coming in again.
Oh, it's our little sausage dog because we're basic. All right.
Linny.
Let's find these fucking losers.
Good boy, well done.
First recommendation. You know, it looks like it's named after an old comedy show.
But that's the thing. Like, I'd imagine, like, that's how I look here. The more you do, the more content you build, the more things like that. Then the more the viewers, you know, people will start to build interest if they want to find out, you know, want to listen to what this is about. But
I don't even think this is him. I can't even find him on YouTube. They must just do audio podcasts. Huh? You suck. We rule YouTube. You suck. Oh no, I found him. Oh wait, hang on. 54 views. Weak. We get more than that. Yeah. We're winning the war.
I'm not gonna lie, their logo looks like shit.
Get sued.
Their logo looks like shit.
Oh wait.
Talking about logos, as you can see behind us, the flag. If you want to listen to Slurpee Podcast, you can find it on Spotify and all other streaming platforms. And give us a like and subscribe on Instagram and all that bother.
On YouTube, they only have 19 subscribers. We have triple that.
They've got a set though.
Sucks to be you. Yeah, that's what happens when you're middle class losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be first to go when the revolution comes.
Yeah. Talking about set though, we actually are going to plan. Like we are stepping up a little bit. Like we're doing. We're going to have a new. Yeah, we're going to have a new set plan out for this. Just make it look a little bit more professional, podcast wise.
Yeah, coming next episode, we're going to have a backdrop.
Yeah.
Not studio, but a backdrop. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Cool.
We might try and see if we can use the green screen and have like Gaza in the background. And, you know, like.
We just do it outside if we want. Where the dump's near here, isn't it? God damn. Pancake land. Yeah, thanks for that. You know who you are.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm ready for another thing we got coming later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've I really want to talk about TJ.
TJ.
Yeah, I really want to talk about TJ.
JT.
I'm a bit interested because I haven't heard anything, and you were talking about it. Now I can see the images.
Oh no, this ain't JT. This is Tiger.
Oh right, was that not Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods and JT, both at the same time. A blast from the past. We're going back to the noughties with this shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which one? Obviously, JT was first, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't have the video. I can't get a video up of JT. I might be able to get a video up. But JT got pulled over in a DUI.
Oh, yeah.
And we were laughing about that, weren't we?
Mm.
Because he
from the video that I've seen, it just makes it. Obviously, the guy's been caught out doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
He's off his nut.
Whatever, people famous, whatever they do, whatever they're gonna do. But if the way it was just if you've seen the video, the way he was like to the police officers, that he was like, it was like, so who are you, sir? And it was like, I'm JT. I'm Justin Timberlake.
I'm Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. And they had.
And he was looking at
just
him
like. I could imagine the police officer was like, "Cool. All right, okay. So how'd you spell that?"
Yeah. Do you think he was pretending not to know? Do you think he was pretending? Like, if you look here, I will put it on the screen.
Right, yeah.
He's looking at him like, I have a beagle, and when a beagle's hungry, he's looking like he wants something. And the way at first he was like, "I'm just."
What do you think he was doing? Do you think he was just drinking?
Well, I don't know if you saw last summer or something when he was on his world tour. He was on a tour and he got in big trouble because he wasn't singing. He was just dancing around like a lunatic and like letting them sing and clapping. people were saying like he's off his nut, absolutely off his bonds.
He's quite woke, isn't he, as well?
Is he?
He's quite like he's political. He's a very.
He's too busy off his head on drugs.
Yeah,
but I think he was off his nut on drugs.
Fly down.
But he said the officer also, he was like, "What do you do for work?" He was like, world tour." I world tour. You world tour?
Well, that guy's not going to drive himself. He didn't need to drive himself about anyway. The guy can fucking just pay an Uber all the time, or whatever they do in America. Waymo wise, he can be sitting in a Waymo now, just like fucking snorting lines and fucking.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Why is he even driving? You're Justin Timberlake. Why are you driving a car? If I had Justin Timberlake money, I'd never.
The car
drive.
don't look that impressive as well.
No, should we watch it?
Yeah, the car don't actually look that impressive.
All right, let's watch it. Video segment. Fuck you, other podcasts. Right, ready?
Veering off to the left, and then you're not stopping at the stop signs.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Is this your vehicle? Whose vehicle is it?
Yeah, it's just a rental.
It's a rental? Okay.
Oh, it's a rental.
Do you have a registration with it? Do you know if they can put it in the glove box?
Oh, he's coming up to the bit. We won't have to watch the whole video.
Are you visiting?
Yeah, I'm on tour.
What are you doing?
I'm on a world tour.
A what?
A world tour.
Doing what?
Hard to explain.
How's it hard to explain?
A world tour.
You're fuck, bro.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
What's your name?
Justin Timberlake.
You are.
That's pretty much it. But he was like he was like Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. There was like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
You can realise I'm Justin Timberlake. Do you remember that song that was like? You never remember that from the 90s?
Don't remember that song where I was like raping a girl? Everyone loved that one. Yeah.
It's like, Justin Timberlake, I fucked Britney Spears, you know, remember me?
It's the way he's like trying so hard not to be like, I'm Justin Timberlake, I'll sign whatever you want and let me go.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you if you was Justin Timberlake? And then another knucklehead, which is why it's like a blast from the past, is old Tiger. Tiger flipped his car again.
Okay.
Do you remember back in the day?
He's obviously, from what I know of Tiger Woods, he just has a right old past.
Well, maybe we might have some younger viewers. Let me tell you a little story. Tiger Woods, best that's ever done it, pretty much, is at golf. Yeah. But I tell you what, he was also good at banging trollops. Loved banging trollops. Yeah. And it weren't even like he was banging worldies, which he could because he's Tiger fucking Woods.
Just loved an ugly chick.
He loved banging anything that moves, sex addict, and also he's had a lot of like bad injuries, so he's bang on the pills, so he was like cheating on his missus, and one day he got chased out and basically crashed his car like a fucking G. Like a gangster should.
Do you remember if he gets pulled over? He's like, I'm fucking Tiger Woods, motherfucker.
He don't mumble like JT. He's like,
oh, sorry. He's like,
I'm fucking Tiger Woods.
You're a fucking legend, bro.
Yeah. You're fucking base.
Move along.
Yeah.
Move along.
Do you know you're the only black guy I'm letting go today? Well, could you imagine the other cop was just coming along and was like, Billy, why'd you let that N go?
Like, it's fucking Tiger Woods.
It's Tiger Woods. Oh, shit, he won the meet. Yeah. Oh, so he done it again the other day. He flipped his car. Oh, let me show you the picture and then I'll flash it on the screen. He flipped hell. I'll show you that. You get the idea.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Broad daylight. And he actually passed
that motherfucker's been drinking. That motherfucker's been drinking.
He looked like an unk there. He looked like he had a foldy. Or two. He actually passed a sobriety test for alcohol.
Mad.
He passed a breathalyzer.
That's a man who drinks a lot.
But he
that's a man who drinks a lot.
He refused to give a piss test. So that's pills, drugs.
Yeah.
So pray for Tiger. Fuck JT. We're all about the unks here. We don't want no YNs. Yeah. But that's a blast from the past. Seeing JT and Tiger in trouble takes me back. Takes me back. Oh yeah. All we need is another Britney video now.
Oh, they're all the time. I see it all the time.
Every time you see her, she's just like cutting her tongue. And
like balancing a knife off her nose or something crazy.
Anaconda, yeah.
I mean, knows how to play the internet. Doesn't know how to play the internet.
Yeah. Them bitches be crazy.
Yeah.
And that's basically Tiger Woods and JT. Shit, we have flown through this. My God.
Israel.
Sorry, I was missing something.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened there. I just seem to...
I tell you, I'm fed up of all that already. I'm bored of it. Everyone seems to just go on about that. We know the problem is. Yeah, the war. It's just like...
It just because the more I... Like, on my lunch break, I just flip through social media and just like listen to bits of the news, and I get like different parts from like obviously American news, and I get like Australian news, I get all kinds of different, just to hear their different sides of it and stuff. And I was listening today and I'm just like we're justifying this fucking madman coming into a country, just blowing the fucking shit out of another country, just to and it's just craziness. It's just fucking crazy.
Oh, it's just crazy. Stupid, isn't it? It's like, at least last time they did a false flag.
Yeah.
So at least last time they went, look, they've done this, but we're not going to attack the people that done it. We're going to go somewhere else because they've got loads of oil. This time, it's like they just went, we're just going to bomb these guys.
The more time goes on, I start to believe, there must be something that fucking man has on Trump.
Which one? Benji.
There's something he has on him. Just to be there must be, because it's so extreme from even when you look at like American politics or where Trump came into it, and it was like he's just gone completely role reversal and being like, I am the villain. I'm just gonna fucking bomb this country. They do not fucking agree with what we've said and things like that. And in the background, lying all the time, being like, oh, they've come with he said we're in talks with them, and it's like Israel turned around and were like, no, we're fucking not. Like, we're fed up with you. We want to fucking hang you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. It's a crazy
years ago, this isn't any breaking news, but years ago in one of the old, when they're going against each other for the presidency, he was slamming the Democrats, saying they want a war with Iran, I'll never do this.
Really?
Yeah. It's not. Right. It's old news.
Yeah,
but it just goes to show how basically when you're in power, you're just so manipulated by people.
You know who we're talking about.
You know what's up.
You know.
Shadow ban.
And that's why we've only got 5 viewers.
Well, we've got more views than that other podcast.
Yeah.
Suck it. But yeah, it's just boring now. It's like apparently they're going to put troops on the ground. But why? Do you know what annoys me? And it circles back to that dog shit podcast, our so-called rivals. Is people listen to that shit, and they're the people that go, "Oh yeah, no, this is normal." You know what I mean?
So what's their podcast about?
I don't know. I ain't listening to it again.
So
I maybe even I'm dying. I ain't got a long left.
I'm only going to fill my world with what I love.
Yeah, but it's people that listen to that are ignorant to all the stuff that we, keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Goy slops. They're goys.
Goys.
They are goyim. Hate to sorry, we're hack going back to the goys, but they are goys. They're little goy boys. And it's just amazing how ignorant people are to it. Like you said about your mum last You're like, do you know they're eating babies?
Nah, you're wrong, mate.
Nah.
But that's another thing. That's all gone quiet. And to feel like this is the problem. The problem.
Wonder why.
It's not enjoyable, but it's like it's goy slop in itself, because they're allowing you to know news and things that it sort of hypes you up and gets people going. It's like you said about Twitter, like why you're off of Twitter now, because all of a sudden, like there's always a war to try and keep you going and keep you hating some side and doing this all the time. It's a distraction.
Well, I thought I was right wing. And one of the last things, because it just kept giving me that stuff, and I was like, "You're winding me up. You're trying to push me further to the left by pushing all this right stuff on me, you know." And I know my Instagram algorithm is left heavy and stuff, but I know what's bullshit and what's not.
Thank you, darling.
But I did do a funny comment on the big march, the march against fascism. Did you see that the other day in London? Across the world, I think it was. There was a march against fascism.
Thank you, Dan. March against fascism.
Fascism.
Right.
So it was all, you know, it was the left, basically. And Zach Polanski, who, you know, I love that. I love that man. I'm a big supporter of him for now. For now.
Yeah.
Until he kisses that wall, I'm a big fan. But he was dancing on the stage and he was like giving it, and I thought, oh, this is brilliant. See a leader be able to do that. You know, maybe there is a bit of hope. And next to him was a guy, I think I mentioned earlier.
Farage did all that as well.
No, not in this way. Not the way this was. I'll try and find it.
Yeah.
But he was dancing on the stage, MCing with the crowd, and everyone was bouncing and bumping and all that stuff.
See what you want. You want like that leader that stands in your eyes, that takes everything from the sides to pushes past the zeitgeist of what's going on in reality with everything with a right and a left, and you want that guy to be like down to earth, and you want the perfect candidate, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, but this
I don't know.
The reason
I don't know if that exists.
What?
The perfect candidate in that world, because I think the world's corrupted by it. I think politics are corrupted by it. I mean, everyone that gets into that game are corrupted by that world.
Well,
they all give it the whole to try and get into power, or, you know, like to get popularity in party, and eventually they just get corrupted.
Well, that is the thing. That is
it's scary.
It is true, and this does prove your point. Funny enough, what I was talking about does prove your point. It's very faint. I'll get a proper video for the. So
channel. I don't know. I literally have no idea.
So this was a march against the far right, and Zach Polanski, leader of the Green Party, is MCing and cheering on the crowd. And this is where I had not a problem with it, because I'm a supporter of the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, all the rainbows. Love it. Well, actually, maybe not the T's. You know what I mean? Little Dave Chappelle impression there. But hey, you know, live and let love and all that. But look, just pay attention to this and then let me describe something to you. So that's Zach Polanski there in the green.
So I'm gonna laugh.
You already seeing it?
I'm gonna laugh already. I can tell. What the? That's
The guy to his left.
I can see him.
In all the leathers and the mesh. Dancing.
Now what the fuck is they doing?
No.
And I bet that guy was just like, this is disgraceful.
He said it was disgraceful and then went and had sex with a small boy. Yeah. That old dude. I'll leave him in at the eye, but actually I probably can't. No. But I did a comment when I saw that, drunk on my phone. I said, as good as this march was, bear in mind no one cares about my comments, but I said as good as this march was for my personal opinion against the far right, which we can break that down in the next week, but I just said, unfortunately, that dude dancing next to him is doing the party no favours at all. Do you want to know why?
Why? Go on.
Because even if you lay out all the facts and the pros for the left is massive and the cons for the right is massive, and it's clear maths, look at it and they follow through on all what they're going to say, you would clearly say what the left are pushing is good for the working middle class, right?
Yeah.
However, when you've got a guy like that dancing next year, all the people who are going to be inclined to vote to the right are going to go, nah.
So you're saying
they're going to do a Shia LaBeouf.
You're saying the middle class people are sexist?
Homophobic.
Homophobic.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Breaking news: Slurpee podcast says people who vote right are homophobic. Well, look at Ben. You know what I mean? Like he's so ingrained into. He won't look at the facts of anything. He'll just go gay bad, brown bad. Brown, black, bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, white and black bad.
But my point is, look, as much as there's no problem, you know, what you get up to and all that, no problem. By my standards, and should be all standards, but
No,
you're not going to persuade anyone with old-fashioned views to go, hang on a minute, I'm going to listen to what they have to say when you've got, what's his name from South Park? Jesus Christ. Big Gay Al, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Big Gay Al.
But then, do you
Mr.
think...
Slave.
Yeah.
Mr. Slave.
But I think a lot of that is because... it's the way our media and the way that we've been given that information and everything has moulded people's minds like that.
Yeah, you're either one or the other.
And it's moulded someone, for instance, like Ben, or it's even moulded, for instance, a leftist or a rightist person as even gay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's made them, and the same as the black culture. Like, I find that, like, in black cultures, that they hate... That I find it in day-to-day society that I find that they hate me for being a white person.
They do. You suck.
And I think, but I don't think that's right. I think that's just because they've been ingrained in them too, not like that.
Yeah.
And they think that they see me walk down the road and think I'm a racist.
Yeah.
But I think's wrong. I think that's just because we're all brainwashed by this system.
It's the influence of the system that's making us and putting us into groups to divide
instead
us.
of it's actually just being like, we're all fuckers. We all give a shit. We don't give a shit about anything.
We all like fucking.
We all like fucking. If
fucking.
you want to fuck, you fuck who you want to fuck.
Yeah.
You enjoy what you want to like. But I think that's the war in itself. That's the division. That's to try and make people divide.
Yeah.
In that way.
And that's a PSA from the Slurpy podcast. That's Slurpy Pod. Everybody love everybody. Ignore gay plants. That was a big gay plant.
The big gay plant.
Farage put that man there.
Yeah.
Farage went, right, here's what I want you to do.
Like, that dude dancing, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I've never... It is funny.
Yeah.
Like, it is funny. But so what? If you want to do what you want... If you want to be like that, you be like that.
Yeah.
But I have a right to laugh because it is fucking funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
Like, it is fucking
It is
funny.
funny.
Do you know
But
what
I
mean?
do like to think Farage got this guy and the guy turned up in a suit.
Right.
And like at job interview. Yeah, he paid him. And Farage was like, right, here's what I want you to do. I need you to go get your most gay, sluttiest, leather, see-through outfit. I want you to go up there on the stage with Zach Polanski, who is a gay, I'll have you know. And I want you to dance like a dirty slut. I want you to dance like a whore.
Yes, Mr. Farage. Yes, Mr. Farage.
But before you do that, come in this room. Hope you don't mind piles. Speed bumps, I call them. Yeah, I reckon that's
Nature's ripped.
I want to feel every vein. I reckon it was a plant because you get them at like at riots, well not riots, but at like protests and stuff. The government will send people in and egg people on to like throw bricks and stuff.
So
that is
there's
thing.
a guy I see at the moment. There's a guy that goes.
Oh, do you? Does he wear leather?
There's a guy I see at the moment that does that, and he goes to protests, and he's like a proper like geezer. And he'll be taking the piss, and he'll go to something like an oil protest in London, and he's just like there with a bottle of oil, and he's just like, "Hey guys," he's like, "I've been waiting around to see you guys and all this," and they look at him just like, "You're not supposed to be here, man."
Yeah,
like, I think that's it in himself. Like he's trying to like prod at it, trying to make content through it. Do you know what I mean? Egg them on and stuff like that. Like, I mean, they're being peaceful. They're being peaceful protests. They're just going out.
Peaceful processes.
Peaceful protesters. Now that's a tongue twister.
But no, they do. They exist, and they are sent there to like a lot of the a lot of the Just Stop Oil ones. Apparently, are actually paid by Big Oil to go and do this to make people hate people like them. So they create fake protest and fake thing. Because you ever wonder why would they stop working people going to work? Is because those working people are the ones that then are influenced to go, fuck them, fuck what they stand for. They stop me getting to work. They stop me getting to the hospital. So that's why big industries or
Yeah,
companies
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. It's
You
all
build
we are
divide.
so
Yeah.
goy beamed.
So,
We are getting
So-
goy beamed.
but I never understood the oil thing because it's like you protest for that, and it's like, but then what do you want as a
Alternative.
alternative?
Well, have you seen the price of electric cars?
They're expensive.
Yeah, fucking
Very
expensive.
expensive, and they're not very efficient. Not very efficient. They're not very good.
I would have one if I could afford one. I'd have one.
I'd like a hybrid. I think a hybrid would be good.
Yeah,
Like-
like a half cat, half dog.
Yeah, I'd mix.
Like a cat dog. Would you have the front half as a dog or a cat?
Mm.
And the back of. I suppose you'd want
I
back
think
cat.
a back of a cat's quite elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want the back of a dog.
No.
Back of a dog stinks like shit.
I know. I spend all day picking that up.
The back of the if it was half dog, half cat, at least the half dog, half cat thing would.
But if it's a boy cat, that's gonna spray.
Yeah, it'd get rid of its shit better.
Yeah.
Dog's just like, here you go, mate. Like,
Yeah. Have that.
Sort out this.
I think Jerry had a weird one the other day. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, how did we get here?
I don't know.
That's a good one. Hybrid animals.
Hybrid
Are we
animals.
struggling for time? Should we go into hybrid animals? 50. That's not too bad. We still got another thing to talk about, though.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Sorry, I fucked it. My mind went astray. I was just thinking some cool fucking animal. We'll get into that with Ben. He'll have some mad ones. won't he?
We've got a mad list for next week. That's
It's so racist. You're gonna love it, folks. Coming up next week on this,
we've got a podcast.
we rate races,
It's just an image.
and
of
number
Ben-
one isn't who you'd think. It's whites.
It's just an image of Ben going San
And he's beep, beep, and beep, and beep. That's if Ben's alive. Honestly, me and Ben are on a race to death. Me with my growth, Ben with his issues. Let's actually, in the comments, who do you think's gonna die first? Me or Ben? Me, natural causes. Ben, unnatural causes.
We should have called him in the Slurpee podcast. We should have called him while we were doing the pod.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say. If we could quickly say that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, it would have been a good idea.
He wouldn't answer.
No, he would.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I call him?
You can give it a go.
I don't even know if he'll hear it.
But while you're getting that up, Ben has many personas, and literally this weekend he was like, right, so he was in his I'm a nice good friend persona where he's a reasonable human being. And he said to me, he was like, oh, so we're going to do it weekly. And I said, Ben, if you can commit to doing it weekly, I will do it weekly. I'll do hours of work for you weekly because it looks like we're going somewhere. First week, first hurdle. He's fucking, if he was at the Grand National, he'd be glue on the first hurdle.
Yeah, odds would be
That's
against.
a horse joke in case you missed it.
See if he picks up.
They turn him into glue. Leave him a voicemail if he doesn't. Oh.
Hello, Ben. Hello, Ben. Nah. Hello, Ben. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh.
Ben. Oh, no.
He's in a time warp.
He's in a time warp.
Anticlimax. He was faking signal there because he lied to us about where.
He's doing that thing that people do when they go through a tunnel. We're like,
go-
I can't.
Signal. Oh. Yeah. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. No, it might have gone.
Give him one more go.
Because I think it was because he's signal associate.
Ben, you're live on
Hello.
Hello, Ben. You're live on the Slurpee podcast.
Well, get fucked.
You're right, mate.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by strawberries, children, and my wife.
You
Oh,
nonce.
right. Oh.
Yeah, she's still doing paperwork for me 9 years after we split up.
Oh, right. Okay. Here we go.
So who split up?
Who split up? Oh, what you're sorting out? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. That's on air, by the way, Ben.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
We've got a question. We've got a question to ask.
Strawberries everywhere.
We've got a question to ask you then, Ben.
Right.
Oh, Ben, what question have we got to ask Ben?
What's your least favourite race?
What animal would work well together as a split, like a dog and a cat?
Hybrid.
A hybrid.
A snail and a moose.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's all like a bingo at the time.
Snail and moose.
Would it have a massive shell on the back of a slimy moose body? Would it have legs?
It'd just be a moose with a shell on its back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And big fuck off horns?
Why do I feel like you're talking about me and that's why you're not answering?
I'm not talking about you, Chelsea. You've asked me what a split of an animal would be good. No, not of you. And I said a moose and a snail.
Why am I acting like you disagree with
What would Chelsea
Oh,
think?
you talking?
Chelsea, what would you think? What animal would she think is as good as a hybrid?
Chelsea, what do you think a good split of an animal would be?
Well, any animal.
Any, just pick two animals and make...
Have you seen the Infinite for You advert where they've made the lion... Listen, they've made the lion black, like a lion's face. Why is the lion fucking black?
What, like a panther?
So a black lion.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Okay.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting image.
I don't know, hippo and a giraffe.
Hippo and a giraffe. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Long
Ben.
and heavy like my dick.
Yeah, thank you very much. You've been a guest on. You've been a guest on the Slurpee podcast. Yeah, thank you very
I'm so
much.
thrilled.
Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh, wasn't that nice?
Yeah. See. See, was it?
So he was throwing strawberries at minorities.
I think that's what he said, didn't
Okay. Yeah.
he? Yeah.
Sad to see what Ben's become.
Yeah.
Oh, shall we roll on to our last subject?
Yeah. Go on.
You want to read it? Do you know what that means?
No.
Mengina.
Mangina.
Have you seen about the meningitis outbreak?
Oh yeah.
What load of poppycock?
Is it still going? Is it? Apparently.
Well, see, I got this guy and he calls me. And every time he calls me, he's a bit like Alex Jones. Like, he'll just be like, oh, they're going to lock us up again. Oh, they're making the frogs gay.
Oh, a conspiracy friend.
Yeah.
That proper.
Yeah.
Like the world is Earth is flat and.
Pretty much every
One
time
of
he
those
calls
guys.
me, but he's like self-aware of it. He's like, I don't know whether I'm being radicalized,
Yeah.
but the chemtrails are real. This is real, that is real. And
Chemtrails
obviously
are real.
is real. I believe in chemtrails.
Yeah.
We'll dip into that next pod. But every time he calls me, and instead of, instead of being like, look, take it with a pinch of salt, I'm like, yeah, they are real, and guess what? They're coming for you. But he recently spoke about this meningitis. He was like, they're going to lock us up again. Apparently, they're going to try and do another lockdown. Would you suffer another lockdown?
Oh, please have another lockdown.
Really?
Me and Ashley talk about this very frequently. Like to go to. Well, obviously, I'm not going to go into a work process, but we were still working through a lot of the
because we're plebs.
plebs. But like, I remember a world where it was COVID, and I remember going into work, and everyone would look at each other and we were like, what the fuck is going on? We were like, what the fuck is actually going on? We've got to walk around certain ways around work. We can't be talking to. We were all mingling with each other anyway.
Well, I was snogging some people.
Is that when you met Bev?
That's how I met Bev.
Oh,
Tongue
Bev,
fucking
sorry,
her. Sorry, I'm being silly.
Bev. Yeah.
Yeah, Karen.
But we talk about everything. We were like, just lock us down. Let us sit at home, play video games.
Yeah, but we couldn't. That's the brutal bit.
Well, I worked and I came. It was like hot summer. I remember being hot summer.
It was good summer.
And I came back, and I'd recently just come back to my parents after reasons, but I came back and started living back at home again, and they all just got absolute, because they were all furloughed. They got fucking drunk all the time. They were fucking wasted all the time.
Yeah.
And I'd come back and they would be like, "It's past 1 o'clock, man."
Yeah, we're doing a quiz at 3. I'm just gonna have a power nap. I'm just gonna punch your mum, go to sleep, and apologise when I get up. The quiz is about Star Wars.
And they'd be like, no, my family would be like, "We're doing the Olympics outside." Do you want to join the shepherd?
Yeah, buddy.
And I'd be like, look, I've just come back. Like, I'm fucking knackered. Like, I just want to sit and play my game. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to do.
It'd just be a fucking slip and slide.
To be honest, they had a great time. I'd come back and they're all like, I came back into some weird situations. Like, I come home and they were all wearing like suits and ties, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they were like, it's like we're doing a quiz. And it was like, why you want to? It was like, because we're doing it properly. And I'd be like, well, all like dressed up and shit. And they were like, yeah. I was like, I'm going to my room.
Yeah.
Play World of Warcraft. Like,
I'll tell you one time where I don't know if I told it on here. I told the one where I went and smoked and then come back and everyone come out of their house with pots and pans. I was like, it's just a joint. Let me go. Yeah. It was like something from the village or something. But one time when I actually got COVID and then Bev tested positive for COVID, and I immediately, it was like, we need to get back to Bev's now because it seemed, like a big deal. I went to Asda, put my little goy mask on, and I filled the trolley. I bought about 10 bottles of white wine, 4 bottles of vodka, about 20 white monsters, every sweet they had in the establishment. I got back to Bess and we stayed in that room, and literally every morning I'd wake up, coffee at the door, dinner at the door, breakfast and things like that by a sweet mum. She'll be chuffed to mention on the podcast. And it hit 12 o'clock, like you said. It would hit 12 o'clock and I'd go, right, wine. And I'd just get smashed. You had to give it a chance.
I'd come up, they'd be clucking. So I'd have my day off and it would be like, they'll look at the clock about, it's not one yet.
Yeah, you need to wait till one.
Till one, because you're giving yourself that little bit of rule. Do you know what I mean? You're giving yourself a little bit of rule. Yeah. So, like when me and Ashley met, when it was the second time we locked down, like we got COVID really badly, and we just spent the time in our room at Christmas. It was Christmas, wasn't it? We had that Christmas and we had it. Yeah, we had a Christmas and we had it, and I was just like, we had a great time. Like we just. With her family and just like with her dad and her sister, we had a little meal just like that. Just played video games. Like
one Christmas we had one family member who was a spouse of a family member got COVID on Christmas, couldn't come downstairs and join us. Guess what? No one liked her. It was wicked. It was awesome. It was like, but that's shit. When they come down, then the boyfriend told us. He's like, we was all like, that's terrible. And then he went back upstairs. We was like, yes, go on. But you'd have eaten all the pigs.
But I think the problem with like it was something that affect. Like I did get it, and it done me.
Yeah, it was a cold. It was a fucking flu. It was a load of
but
bullshit.
Yeah, it was a flu. I personally believe it was a flu. I believe it was.
Yeah, it was probably made on purpose.
But I enjoyed like the
Kong flu.
I felt the world felt like it was like I felt like I went back in time.
Yeah.
Like we live in like the UK. The UK now has become very busy. Like the roads are very busy. There's a lot of people about. It feels like we're in a very busy country.
I'll be Ben. It's all those damn migrants. Comedy satire podcast.
Hide behind a disclaimer.
I'm a fucking coward. Sorry, mate. I want to go to a hotel and throw a sausage. Fucking loser. But no, what I was saying is the people, as good as some parts were, people ain't suffering that again. No way.
No.
Personally,
no.
Do you know what I found annoying? Like you said,
we
were workers, right? If they do it again and the people that tippy tap on their fucking laptops are at home making banana bread, getting money from the government, I'm going to say, I ain't going to work. It's not safe. If they can't go to work, I'm not going to work. And I think that's what all workers should do.
I think I needed that routine to keep me going anyway.
It's not about that. It's the principle.
Yeah, no.
You 9 to 5 crushed velvet farts.
Mentally, I think it did do my like all the laughs they had and the good time they had.
Yeah.
But I think really mentally, it done them in keep having that.
Long term, it fucked people up.
It fucked people up. And especially like kids that were going through like studying.
They're so stupid, aren't they? They're proper R-worded. They're big R-worded. We work with some of them. It's like talking to a fucking dishwasher.
You're like, you're a COVID baby.
Yeah, you'd be like, so how was your weekend? They'd be like, I did a thing. It's like talking to Forrest Gump, but at least Forrest Gump had something about him. They are so thick. They are.
But I think that like, and it did do feel like. I think that routine kept me going.
Yeah.
I liked going in, and I worked out there, and there was no one about.
Yeah.
Like as I said, I felt like it went back in time. When we went back in time, I'd walk down the road, and there would be an old boy going and get his paper. Do you know what I mean? And he was the only one on that street. I felt like I was like back in the 1960s.
And there was hardly any migrants then as well. Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
That was the first time these borders.
The streets were so safe. I could walk down the road and not get raped once. These days, my God, do you want to know why I've got these piles? Pretty young man like me. I'll tell you what, you couldn't get a Deliveroo as easy though. Shit. I am Ben.
You're Ben.
I can be Ben.
You're Ben this
See how easy it is? But
no, I've like, and you're right. I don't think you could do it again because I think once it all started coming out and people started to have a thing of being like, what the fuck did we just do that for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and
just getting jabbed up by just some random shit they've concocted. Like,
Yep.
oh yeah, we'll give us anything you want as long as you give us our freedom back.
But did you go for? I went for a period with my family, and family members made me feel awful that I was how I was handling. Because from day one, I'm not to be like, I'm this guy. I knew what was going on. It's like from day one, I was like, this ain't shit.
Yeah.
From day one, I was like, this ain't right.
Do you know what
I was like, I'm like, of course I'm gonna fucking go to work. Of course I'm gonna do this. Of course I'm gonna see this person, stuff like that. And people around you made you feel guilty because you were handling that.
A lot of people did, but do you know what I did?
Well,
you know I don't like doing things. Like anything I don't want to do, I really get down about it.
Yeah.
I used it to my advantage. Anytime it was somewhere I didn't want to go, I'd be like, no, man, the COVID, you're going to kill Nan. She's going to die, man. But I don't want to go sit round there. She'll die. And then if it was like, Paul, do you want to come round and drink loads of beers and play Xbox? I'd be like, yeah, fuck this COVID shit, man. Fuck this bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, Paul, you went round there. Do you want to come sit and have dinner with your family? I'd go, oh no, I couldn't possibly put you all in danger. But I was one thing. Nan couldn't possibly. And you know I really want to sit there and talk about fucking toffees with her. I'm gonna
tell an amazing story, and if there's family members that are gonna listen to this, this is a funny story. But
we should always wrap up on a funny one.
Yeah,
man.
this is a funny story. But so I got when I came back, I stopped smoking weed.
You fucking nutter.
Yeah, I stopped smoking weed. I
quit.
It was to be honest, it was a good time. I engrossed myself in other things. But
like
I met someone that through, I'm not going to mention, but they was like, I can get you some weed chocolate.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, okay, could you make this weed chocolate for us? And I was like, so I paid them, blah, 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 I made this weed chocolate. I came back to my parents' house after coming back home. And I had this, and my parents were very like. When I was younger, I used to smoke a lot of weed. My mum always used to know, but I came back and I was like, I'm gonna have this weed chocolate. I'm gonna sit and play my video game. I've just had work. It's COVID. I just want to chill out. So I had this chocolate, and I sat there and I was playing this game with my friend, and he was like, "You're right." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You're walking against a wall." And I was like, and then playing this game, and I was like, oh shit, man. I was like, I don't know. So I got up, looked at myself in the mirror, eyes as red as fuck. This is the middle of the day. This is like 2:00 in the middle of the day. My eyes were literally red like the devil's dick.
Nice.
So I was like, fuck. So I looked in the mirror and I thought, and paranoia used to hit in, and I'd be like paranoid. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to. And I was like, I could hear my mum going, they're all out there playing fucking Olympics, whatever the fuck they're doing. So they're out there and they're going to us, Liam, come on, come here. And I was like, fuck, like, I'm fucked. I can't see people. I can't imagine seeing people like this. Like, I can't. So I ran.
You left your house?
I got out of the house and I walked out the house and I ran. And
nice.
I went. And I went.
Well,
I
like
went
Forrest
for
Gump.
Yeah, I went for hours. And I came back and they were like, "You're all right." And I was like, "Yeah, I just needed to get out of here. It was just like so much.
I needed to sweat.
I needed to sweat. And I just went. I just had to get out of it.
Damn.
Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
It was a crazy story.
Yeah. You ran. That's the last thing I ever wanted to do when I was high. That is literally the last
But
thing
when
I ever
paranoia
wanted to
hits in and you are red, like I can imagine you were running down the road just like.
do. People probably thought it turned into a zombie
You'd
apocalypse.
be like that COVID, that COVID,
Get back, demon!
board up the windows.
I'm so thirsty!
Someone get me a Snickers.
I'm peckish!
Why is the stores not open anymore?
It's funny though. He's like, you always used to worry if your mum knew, but your bedroom stank. And my mum, I would go, I'm just going for a stroll. Yeah. I'd come back.
The problem with the weed is
fucking like that, just
out of
eyes
all
glued
drugs,
shut.
Out of all drugs, weed is the most obvious.
Yeah, but it rules. You're cool. You're chill when you're. Well, most people are. You know, some people don't suit. I was just, you know.
Yeah, I used to love it too much.
Yeah, same. It became a problem. I quit during COVID as well. Yeah.
Yeah, just I used to. Yeah, it was a funny old time. COVID. I like, you know, you said to yourself like, people wouldn't want to go back to that, but like it was a nice memory to be like. I enjoyed that. Especially
when Granddad died.
No, because really it was bollocks. Because
he was an asshole.
Because it was bollocks.
Yeah, it was a load of shit.
It was a load of bollocks.
Load of shit.
It was just a way to control and scare people into doing this and to being conforming to this. And it was a test. It was a test for something like that.
And we failed.
Oh no, I think we succeeded.
Nah.
I think we succeeded.
We did as we was told, and they jabbed us with heart attack glue. They literally stuck us with fucking goop.
I only had one jab. Do you have one or two?
I had one. Just to go away.
And my partner's immune system since then has never been the same.
Nah.
Never been the same.
You guys are fucking loopy. The only jab I had was actually around here, and I hadn't been to certain parts around here before. And, you know, I think I've told this on here, but we was going away, and it was the last chance to get a jab. And I parked my car somewhere well dodgy. Like, not dodgy because you couldn't park there. Dodgy because I got out and there was a guy with like, it was like a feral cat. And I went. Yeah, I got mine. And then Beth was getting hers. And then, you know, they go, oh, you got to wait 15 minutes before. And I was like, I was like Scooby-Doo. I was like, I'm getting out of here. I was like, fuck you bunch of fucking zombie crackheads. Don't know if I'm going to have any tyres on my car. Come back, it's like The Walking Dead. You know, when they go and they're like, oh, fuck. And there's just loads of like, swarms of them. Yeah, I got away, though. Went away on holiday. That was pretty sweet. Going on holiday when no one else had been on holiday hit different. Beautiful. Going away because it was like a break in the lockdowns and you could just about go away.
You couldn't fly.
There was like a little few months where it was like,
because we went down, if I remember rightly, we locked down twice. We locked down the big one when it first started, and then it was a period of time where we didn't. And they pardon me, sorry. A period of time where we didn't, and then all of a sudden they locked us down again.
Yeah, and then I think they did it a third time, but it was all like you said, a test. Whether you think we passed or not, look where we are now.
I think we didn't think we passed. I think we showed that you can't do that to people. People
what, like 30 Seconds to Mars?
We conformed to stuff because the fear of it was so like. This is gonna.
I remember when it first was on the news and stuff. I was around a family, friends of Bev's. I was sat there. I didn't want to be there, as I normally don't. And I was sat there, and they were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, nothing ever interesting ever happens. This will all blow over." And 3 years later, it was like, "Fuck."
I went to one of them COVID center things, and have you ever seen like
well, they have games and shit.
No, you know, like you know, the COVID center when you had to go and get yourself checked.
Oh,
and it was like there was one at like a university we went to, and it was like 28 days later. Yeah. Like you went there and there was like a tent set up, and there was like, "Can you go through the quarantine thing, please? Can you have your tongue out, please, for us?" And you're like,
they fucked your nose.
Yeah,
up,
they fucked you. They get you right up your fucking nose.
I moaned whenever they stuck that
in. Joke's on you, I love it.
I have a funny story about one of those COVID centres though.
Yeah, go on.
I'm sorry, but it wasn't a COVID centre. But when we got off the plane on that holiday, I hope they don't mind. I don't think any of Bev's family listen to this. It is a funny story. We got off the plane. You had to go through one of those little COVID centres to get tested, and then you got your results while you was in the country. They'd like text you. We got to it. Me and Bev were excited. All her family were already there, and we was halfway through where I was about to stick it up our nose, and we saw her family. They were like, "We come to pick you up." And I was like, "Oh, brilliant! We're here for our COVID holidays. This is going to be sick." And they were like, "Yeah, Beth, your nan's in the hospital. She jumped down some stairs."
Oh, fuck.
And we were like, "She all right?" And they were like, "We don't know." But we had margaritas and we're feeling great. We went for lunch. She was fine in the end. It was bad. It was real bad. God bless her. Funny times. Fuck it. Take me back. Fuck it.
Fucking take me out. I'm going back.
Take me back.
So but people always have. We all have a little COVID memory. Do you know what I mean? The memory of when the world was locked down.
When the world stood
Do
still.
you remember the guy that done that thing? And he was just like, "This is I've come from the future," and he's like, it was a few years after
Yeah,
COVID,
a few of them knocking
and he was
about.
like taking pictures of him in places in America, and there was no one about. It was
Yeah.
like, mate, you filmed that when it was fucking going through COVID.
Well,
You're trying to take-
yeah, one you filmed it through then, or guess what? Artificial intelligence.
yeah, true.
Fuck's sake. If they can fake old Benji being alive, they can fake a few thousand people not being in the square, let me tell you.
Still saying he's dead.
Is
Still
he?
saying he's dead.
Waiting on tender hooks.
He's been very quiet, our friend Benji. It's Benji Holland, by the way.
Yeah, fucking racist. Oh, do you know what? Thoroughly enjoyed that without him. Oh, we can do that. He'll love that, won't he? Because Ben was talking about DEI hires and swapping roles, and that's heavy for that. I think we should save that.
Yeah,
for
we'll
Ben.
save that. We'll save that for Ben.
We'll save that for Ben.
Yeah, we'll save that one for
Especially because he's a black guy playing a white guy. Ben's gonna lose it. That's a clip.
Yeah, that's a clip. Oh shit! I hope I've been recording. Now.
Oh.
Looks it. It looks it.
It looks all right.
It looks alright.
All right.
I've just never let it get like that with a screen saver.
Uh-oh.
No, we're past where it was last time, so
Okay.
it'll be fine. Yeah, so that's been episode 23 of the Slopey podcast. Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week with Ben. You can catch us on Slurpee Podcast on Instagram and all that, but at Slurpee Podcast and all them social media platforms. Just remember, comment in the comment section if you want us to go to war. We're very willing. We're very, very, very ready for it.
We know how to do unjust wars. We've learned from the news, so we'll do them. We'll do it on them fucking guys.
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys. Remember, comment, and we'll name and shame them next time. We'll start this war.
Yeah, we'll start the war.
We didn't ask for it, but we'll start it.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening to the Slopey podcast. We'll see you next week.
Pray for my pile.
Pray for Paul's pile.
Bye.
Bye.